What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Inglorious Film Nerd. I'm Levi, the Inglorious Film Nerd, your host, and today is episode 4 of talking about the Best Picture nominees before the Oscars. And today, we've got Finn's older brother, Max. What's up?
No, wow, you're so close, but so far.
Wait, you're not Finn's older brother?
No, much to the chagrin of everyone who has ever met both of us, I am very unrelated to that guy. He's great. I mean, I would love to be his big bro, but no, sadly, this is where all the resemblance ends.
That's so unfortunate. You guys just look like each other so much.
Yeah, it gets really confusing sometimes. It's great, you know? I'll look in the mirror and go, Finn? Is that you? And
then he speaks back to you.
Yeah, it's only really scary when he starts talking back, and then it could be a little confusing.
All right. Now, Max, can you tell our lovely audience which Best Picture nominee we're going to be discussing this episode?
We get to talk about the Best Picture nominee, One Battle After Another.
Oh my gosh, is there one battle after another in the movie?
Oh my goodness, it never ends. Even until maybe the very last... No. Oh, spoiler warning. Hey, everyone.
Spoiler warning, everyone, by the way.
Yeah, I think the very last scene is his daughter going off to fight one more battle. So
there will, and after that, she's probably going to fight one battle after another.
Another, and then another, and then that's just how the world goes round. It's pretty great.
That's nice.
It's pretty interesting.
All right, so you requested to talk about the film. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey with the film?
Sure thing. So I first saw the trailer in... Shoot, it came out early 2025? Early 2025. I think it was for like the Sonic movie or something crazy like that. But I saw it and knew I wanted to see it because, I mean, it looked spectacular. And then I came in and I watched it and I was really taken aback. I mean, it's not often that you step out of a film and go, whoa. I gotta stop and process all of that, you know?
Yeah.
Absolute cinema, right? And not for any bad reason. It's a fascinating film. It is so interesting to look at through a whole host of different lenses, and I think it's just a really fantastic depiction of a lot of good film and great storytelling too. So that's why I wanted to come in and talk about it.
Oh, that's definitely a great reason to want to talk about it. So let's start dissecting the film a little bit. Let's start with acting. I think the acting in the movie was pretty good, wouldn't you say?
Oh my goodness. Everyone. Ooh, a couple of all-star performances. I think in particular Leo.
Oh my gosh. I love Leo in this movie so much.
So insanely good.
I think this is the funniest Leo's been since The Wolf of Wall Street.
I might agree with you on that. He's got great comedic timing. Oh my goodness.
What's up, homie?
And
nothing, baby. We're just talking about freedom.
He also brings a lot of lightheartedness to the film when it can feel kind of gritty and yikes at times, right? So having that kind of duality between, you know, this really funny, great performance by Leo versus kind of this film at times, it's like, wow, it adds a lot to the film in my opinion. His performance definitely feels needed.
No, definitely. I think I would go as far as saying the phone call scene was the most I'd laughed at a movie all year.
He's just crashing out. He's just a dad. Like
he doesn't know his password.
I love how he keeps smoking the whole film. Like you'd think that, hey bro, you gotta lock in, and he's hitting that thing 24/7.
I think the most realistic part of the movie is when like he gets the call about everything's going wrong. He's like, okay, don't panic. And he smokes.
Just go, what, dude? Oh.
But he's trying really hard to be a good father, though. Like he cares a lot about his daughter. And, like,
his
that's
character motivations are so tied to him, his identity as a dad, and that's something I really loved about the film. Is just how it views identity and like its motivation. Its motivational principles. So I hope we'll get a chance to talk about that soon. But we'll go back to
when we get to the screenplay.
Screenplay. Yes.
Let's talk a little bit more about the acting. See, anything else about Leo's performance before we want to move on to another actor?
I think it's a very good way to see the subtle changes that happen over time, right? Leo's character arc isn't all at once, right? You get to see him grow from, you know, revolutionary with his band of friends to dad to worried father, and every step along that way, every step along his journey and how he acts makes some kind of logical sense, and it never felt. I worry that, you know, it could have felt rushed if it felt like jumping around a lot, but his performance made it feel very grounded in reality, which I really liked. I really enjoyed.
No, yeah, I think he's one of Leo's one of my favorite actors of all times, and I'm really happy that this performance did not disappoint. I think Paul Thomas Anderson wrote the part with Leo in mind, and I'm like, I can totally see why.
Did he really?
He did. He said he didn't like write it for Leo, but he wrote it, and he thought, I really would love if DiCaprio could play this role. And DiCaprio's like, you don't say no to Paul Thomas Anderson.
There are a few constants in this universe, and I think not saying no to Paul Thomas Anderson should be one of them.
Definitely. And moving on, though, let's talk about the other superstar of the movie, Sean Penn.
Oh my goodness. His performance is spectacular. I've never hated or been so uncomfortable in my whole life, and that just shows he's such a good villain. Like,
his facial movements of like,
he's such an old guy. I feel like we've all met somebody with similar mannerisms to him in our lives. Like, we all know somebody who's just like a little,
The Walk.
You know, like we met someone like that, you know?
Who's also pretty racist, but also he's in love with black woman.
Inside of you there are two wolves. Listen, like, you know, there's this, he feels, that's something I hope we talk about too, is that all of the characters feel so real. Like, these are very well written, very well thought out characters. And it's only enhanced by the actor's portrayal of them, right? Sean Penn genuinely made me so uncomfortable, and for that I respect him.
You know what I found out recently? He based a lot of that performance on RFK Jr.
No way.
Yes. And it makes so much sense when you think back to it. Like, a lot of the things like the way he talks, like, you like black girls? I love them.
You want to know where I got these scars? Like, that's... Yeah, I'm scared. I am so scared. If I was walking down an alleyway and I saw him, just like, no, I'm running. I'm booking it. I'm out of there so fast.
No. I think I love about Sean Penn is he makes the character so layered in the sense that he feels so cartoony, but then also so serious at the same time, where I think it's just the perfect balance, where if he leaned too far in either direction, you could either feel like, oh, he's not doing enough, or, oh my gosh, he's just an effing cartoon character, like, get out of here. But because he finds that perfect balance where, like, he becomes so hateable, but he never feels unrealistic.
Right. And to add on to that, his performance also made him feel both funny at times, like we felt comfortable laughing at him, while also being very scared of him, because we recognize the danger and damage that he does and can do throughout the film, right? So it's that level of, like, he's ridiculous, we can laugh, and also he's so scary, we need to be worried about him. Which I really appreciate.
Those are my favorite kind of villains in cinema. Where I'm like, like one minute, like, ha ha ha, they're so funny, and the next one I'm like, stay away from
Father,
me.
help!
Stay away. No, but dude, Sean Penn steals the show in that movie.
Remarkable performance. Really, really spectacular.
You
I love some of...
Oh, wait, no, you go first.
No, I'd love to talk about some of the other supporting characters, too. Like,
That's what I was going to say. Benicio del Toro.
He's my favorite character in that whole film. Okay, he's so... Because he's got similar motivations to Leo in that he is very, very family motivated, wants to get people safe, wants to, cares about his people, make sure that, that's what he does. That's who he is. But he contrasts Leo's character so well in that he's kind of the straight man in the bit, while Leo's pacing around the room on that phone call, crashing out. You have Denicio. Denicio? Benicio with a B. You have Benicio who's kind of making preparations and instantly goes into action. He's very, but he's not pushy about it, right? It's just kind of, it's this really subtle balance in character and how he plays him that makes him both, really admirable and likable, and it's just a fantastic performance on his part. And part of that is due to the writing, right? He's written very, very well.
Actually, he improvised some of the best lines.
Really?
Like the line where the cop goes, he's like, I've had a few, and the cop goes, a few what? And he goes, a few small beers. That was improvised. And that's one of the best lines of the movie.
He's hilarious.
Because like the moment where he's like,
oh, dude, comedy gold. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to think. His performance is just very, very, very fun, but also he like plays the straight man, and he does it remarkably well. Just being funny and also driven and helpful, and he feels like a key player in the story, even though he doesn't get as much screen time compared to Leo or Sean or
Chase.
Oh, the daughter's name.
Chase Infinity.
Chase, yes. Yeah.
No, but like you like leave the movie being like, I wanna grab a beer with Benicio del Toro after this.
Right? That guy's my best friend. I trust him totally,
I trust him with everything. Like, thank you, Sensei. Viva la revolution. It just feels so. I love his character, like, because he was like, I think, a replacement in the role, but he added so much to everything. Like, I don't feel like the movie would have worked as well without him, because like, again, Leo's like so hectic, but like he really grounds the film and reminds you this is like a real thing that happens to real people. It's not just a drunk dad and a crazy colonel guy. Like, this is a real person who's trying to help people, and like he offsets Leo and Sean so well.
He almost sets the tone of kind of this idea that it's very community based, right? A lot of the show is based off of two people and their individual wants, right? It's Sean wants his daughter and Leo wants his daughter, both for very different reasons.
Very different reasons.
Very, very different reasons. But it's everything that's going on in the background that kind of makes us go, whoa, right? You have these side characters who are helping them along their way, but they are fully developed characters. They have their own goals and wants and ideals. And Benicio's character really highlights kind of the impact that racism has on communities, right? And it's very, very well done.
Very well done. I think moving on. Should we talk about Chase Infinity? We already mentioned her a little bit, but should we talk about her performance in this movie? Yes, this is like her first big movie. And I'm like, girl, who are you? You're standing up to Leo and Sean Penn in your first movie and you're killing it?
Her performance is so interesting to me because a lot of the other characters are proactive with what they're doing, right? They're moving and they are, taking charge and running around, and that changes them. Her character is very, I wouldn't call it, her character is probably the most reactive of them, right? And with the things that happens to her. A lot of things happen to her rather than by her own decisions and will and stuff. She kind of, she acts that kind of, that fear, but also that determination to try and keep that control. That's something I really loved about her performance, is that you can tell that the character really wants to be in control in a lot of these situations, but she can't. And her personality mimics that of like, I'm gonna be confident. I'm gonna fight for this. I'm ready to take action at a moment's notice. And it kind of highlights both her lack of control, but also her character and desire to like, take a stand, take charge whenever she can, which is a very interesting dynamic to act, and she did it wonderfully. Oh my goodness,
so wonderfully. And especially like, I think one of the best acting moments was like after the car chase scene where she crashes the other guy's car into hers, and she's like, just like, she's completely lost everything. Her entire world shattered because she feels so lied to. And so the only thing she has left to hang on to is the code. And so even when Leo comes into the scene, he's like, I'm your dad. And she's like, just tell me the code, because that's all she has. Because, like, her whole world's been wrong. Like, spoiler, like, Leo's not really her dad. Sean Penn's her dad. And so her whole worldview's been rocked. Like, everything. And, like, her mom's a traitor after she'd been told that she's a hero. And so all she has left is this code of who she can trust. And, like...
And this is what I... Yeah. This goes into the... We're going to talk about identity one of these days.
Yes,
it's so good. But that's something... That was part of the film that when I first walked away, I was like, that feels a little unrealistic. That feels a little weird. But when you look at it through the lens that you just talked about, and also the lens of, like, identity and how we make decisions, that decision, her clutching onto that gun and that code, makes so much sense. And it's just so well... Her performance is so good.
I love it.
And it's spectacular.
She's going to go places.
So well done. I hope so. I really do.
Also, what do you think of her mom in the movie? Teyana Taylor as the Perfidia Beverly Hills.
She gets a lot less screen time than what I thought, right? You know, in a lot of the trailers, it kind of portrayed, you know, Perfidia as what they were fighting over and all this stuff, and they kind of pulled a fast one when I saw the movie, because I was expecting more of the dynamic between Sean and Perfidia and what is her name? Teyana.
Yeah, Teyana.
So DiCaprio and Teyana and Sean, I was expecting to see their dynamic a lot more. But you get a lot of that in the first bit of the film, and then she kind of just disappears. Which I thought was a really interesting choice. But her acting in the beginning is so impactful that its repercussions ring out throughout the film, even when she's not on screen. Which I think is a fantastic sign of good acting and impactful writing.
It's like, I wanted to see more of her. Like, because I keep remembering. And, like, you hear a little bit of her voiceover at the end, and I'm like, man, where was that the whole movie? But, like, it's not a bad thing, though. Like, I'm glad her character was used at the right amount. But I think what I really loved about her performance is she really captures the person who's like, I'm the bravest person alive. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to get rid of you. But then when the chips are down, she's like, I'm a snitch. I'm selling everyone out to save me. Because, like, that's who she really was inside.
She is very self-motivated. Very internally motivated. And she has this identity as a survivor first, which I thought was really interesting. Is that, like, you strip away the layers, and, like, she's a rebel, and she wasn't ready to be a mom yet, and as you peel back the layers, you kind of go back to the very core, which is, I'm a survivor, I will do what I need to do to get out, and then next it's, I want to be free, and I want everyone else to be free. So as soon as she gets out, she starts looking to build that up, and she escapes, and she tries to get out, which is, you know, a lot of people... it's hard to call it... I personally wouldn't do it. You know, I disagree with the moral actions of that, but she's consistent, right? Like, we understand her motivations and her so well, and both, like, in performance and in the writing, that's really hard to do, especially in like 20 minutes. What is essentially 20-30 minute chunk where we learn everything about this character and then never see him again. But their name keeps coming up, and the idea of them and their identity keeps coming up throughout the film, and that's...
And, like, their identity in that part of the film wouldn't work if it wasn't portrayed so beautifully by Teyana Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic performance. Like, really, it sets the stage of the rest of the show so incredibly well.
She's the reason a lot of the rest of the movie happens.
Mm-hmm. A huge... Probably the reason the rest of the movie happens, you know?
Yeah.
It's so interesting. I love this movie. This movie is so well done. So well done.
All right, one more character. I think she's the last big character. Regina Hall. She's, I think, in the shortest amount of time, she's like the person who saves Willa and, like, takes her away. I'm forgetting the character name. Wait, let me try to remember real quick.
Deandra.
Deandra, yes, Deandra.
Mm-hmm.
She's a pretty cool character.
She is. She kind of comes in at an interesting point in the film, right? You have you have Chase who gets captured, or no, she's under threat. Leo calls in a favor. No, Leo doesn't call in a favor. She just pulls up. Wait a minute. But she kind of takes on the role of pseudo mother, if that makes sense. You know, she's
Like
a parent
like
figure is a better
an
way to describe
adopted,
it. Yeah.
like an adopted mother.
An adopted mother, adopted parent figure. And it's at an interesting moment in the film because we don't know who we can trust. We don't know what's going on. We don't. You know, we've seen her own mother betray her daughter. Can we trust this lady, who now has Leo's whole motivation with her? Like she's kind of a gamble, you know. And we, the audience, have to trust her as much as Chase does, in order for the film to like get where it does. And the whole time in the back of our heads, we're going, do we trust her? You know?
But then, she can do the same thing Perfidia did and betray everyone.
Yeah. And her conversation with Chase Infinity's character is so interesting because it all goes back to the mom, right? And she talks about, oh, I forget. It's been a hot second.
Because like,
is she the one that tells?
Yeah,
her,
she's the.
That her mom betrayed them.
I think so, or at least she tells someone else like she still thinks her mom's a hero, and I think she probably broke the news to her. It was either her or it was either Regina Hall or Sean Penn who broke the news to her.
Surely. It's so interesting though, because
like, even if I don't think she did, now that I remember, but like she has to like go through like she thinks her mom's a hero reaction. And, like you can just tell from her reactions. I'm like, oh, that's not who Perfidia was.
Mm-hmm. And it's fantastic reaction acting. Like it's what does the old director used to say? It's not so much acting as it is reacting.
And especially like when she talks to Sean Penn's character or like the other Colonel guy, and they're like threatening her, and you can just see her start to break down because she wants to be brave and she's trying to not like do anything she'll regret, but she also knows if I don't give in to their demands, they might hurt everyone around me.
Mm-hmm. And
it's very like it very much mirrors Perfidia, because Perfidia was like she was the only one at risk, but she still tried to give up everyone else so she could survive. But like,
right. She's almost the inverse of Perfidia in that way, where it's very selfless. Yeah, that's a good. I like that. That's a good point. You bring up an excellent point, my friend.
Oh, thank you. It's my job.
I do it for the love of the game. Thank you. It's my burden to bear, really.
I do this because if I don't do it, who will?
Because who will? Woe is me.
Who will? But the directing. Let's move on to the directing. Paul Thomas. We can actually let's clump directing and writing because they're both done by the same man, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Where do I even begin? Oh, Paul. Hold on. I need an image of this guy. Paul Thomas.
Pretty chill guy.
Fascinating. He looks... Why did I think of Daniel Radcliffe when I saw him? What the what?
Looks like Daniel Radcliffe's dad.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe's silver fox father, you know. It's maybe my brain is just... Well, we're connection making with the machines. We're just... Those little neurons went, help!
What do the neurons think about his job of directing and writing the movie?
I think he is one of the most brilliant writers. Such attention to detail on specific things. I love how focused you had to be during the film. I think a lot of writers get afraid or scared of the concept of second screening, which it's a sad reality of the world we live in, where movies are often shot to be watched in the background while somebody's doing something else on their phones. And I love directors who just all in on saying, no, you have to be here. You're gonna sit in that chair and you're gonna like it. You're gonna enjoy this movie. A few things that I thought were interesting on how the movie is written and how it's directed and shot. It is so people oriented, right? I can think of maybe a couple times where a main character isn't on screen, and it only happens like twice, but it's to demonstrate the threat to the main character, right? There's a scene near the end of the film where Chase's character has been kidnapped, and is about to get shot, and the bounty hunter that has her like goes back in, and they start a firefight, and the whole time we barely see any of the firefight at all.
Like,
it focuses on her and her escaping and what she does throughout the film. When Leo is running across the rooftops, we don't see what some would consider the much, more exciting and intense riot below. We focus on him running across the roof. We focus on characters and individuals rather than on what traditional filmmaking has said is like, oh, the exciting parts, the big action, the blowing up, the drama, the violence, right?
Yeah.
Which was a great call in my opinion. I think it's a fascinating way to depict things happening in real time, and it's about people. It always has been.
Yeah, dude, Paul I expected a great movie. I didn't expect this to be like, is this like the best movie ever? What the heck? But what I really loved about the movie is because I remember we saw this together like the first time, and remember you and like Seth walked out of the movie being like, it like touched on a bunch of things, but it never really answered its opinion on them. And I really loved that though, because I'm like, that's beautiful, because it's not Paul trying to tell us, here's my view on racism, here's my view on the war, on immigration, and all these things.
It's
economics,
on
white supremacy. He's like, these are how it exists in the world, and that's all I'm going to say. You, as the audience, have to decide how I feel about this. Like, he doesn't like. There's not like a scene in the movie with like the Christmas Adventurers Club where Paul goes, these are the bad guys, we're not supposed to like them. He just lets them talk in the way that they would talk in real life, and you as the audience can go, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. Or even he portrays two extremes on a conflict, right? He portrays kind of the side of immigration, which can be cruel and manipulative and incredibly unjust. But he also displays what is essentially a terrorist organization, right? And they do a lot of things that we, the audience, kind of go, whoa, we don't like this. Like the bank robbery scene when they're, they almost shoot some civilians and stuff. And it's like, whoa, hey, I don't like this. He writes this kind of moral grayness where we understand where people are coming from and the reason they make decisions. But he doesn't say, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys. It's a very nuanced and morally interesting film to watch.
No, definitely. That's what I really loved. It's because, you can agree with the characters' views, but not how they enact the views. And he doesn't say, oh, you're wrong for doing that, or like, oh, no, what they're doing is okay because their views are okay. And he also shows, these are the repercussions of their actions. Like, Perfidia ends up getting caught because she tries to do too many things in the name of what she believes in. Or, Sean Penn eventually gets killed because, he tries to fit in with these guys he loves, but that's not what he truly believes in. And it's just those are the consequences of trying to live in an extreme life.
Mm-hmm. And I thought it was interesting kind of how they depicted Leo in that way as well, because he takes a step down from being this radical rebel, right? And he goes, there's this layer that gets added to his character that's like, hey, I'm a dad now. It isn't just about me, right? A lot of these characters are very selfishly motivated. But, Leo's motivation as a dad is very unselfish. He loves his daughter, or who he perceives as his daughter. I don't know. He really loves something other than himself, right? And it's a person, a very complex person, and it kind of saves him from that life from that very radical life that he lives, and it's an interesting way to depict it. I thought it was very, very, very clever. Yeah. What do you think about how the writing portrays brain fart? What? It just cooked me. Holy what? I thought it was interesting how he writes scenes. What did you think of the scenes that he writes, and in particular how long they are, and like the use of editing and stuff within the film?
I thought that they were done really well. I think the movie's incredibly well edited because like it's almost 3 hours long. I did not feel that runtime like at all. I think I only started to feel the runtime because I had to use the bathroom, but that was it. That was the only. That was
the runtime
it.
was external. That was an external reminder. There wasn't anything.
It was nothing.
I would
that,
agree
like,
with you.
It was edited really well. Like each scene felt like it got just enough time to get the main gist without feeling like you didn't know what was going on, but also not like they're overindulging on what's happening. And the dialogue just felt like it wasn't like long dramatic monologues explaining the point of the story or the themes. It was just like light quips between characters or like some longer lines that just truly showed how they felt about the situation. And I really love that.
Yeah.
Show don't tell. Because like they could have had a scene where Leo's like, "Look, I'm a drunk father, and I'm trying to get to my daughter." But instead, he's just like, "Look, I can't remember the password for the life of me, so you tell me how to get the." And it's like it's so much. I connect to that a lot more because I'm like, I can connect to a guy not remembering the password and wanting to get back to his kid more than I can connect to a guy being like, "Hey, look, I've been a bad person. I'm trying to help," and I'm like, they just felt so
This is
real
me
to
as a
me.
person and all my motivations versus I'm going to show you how angry I am right now. Right?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I totally see what you
It
mean.
became like a lot. It gave the actors like a lot more of a natural feel to what they were saying, and I really loved that. And this is something else I really loved is going back to the portrayal of Leo. He's supposed to be like the white savior character, but he does like nothing heroic the entire second act of the movie.
Nothing. Nada.
Because like
Nothing.
there's like so many moments you're like, okay, this is where Leo's gonna do the heroic thing, and then you're like, he like didn't do anything, and then you're like, no, but I love that because so many movies have like the white savior complex where like everything started to be okay once the white guy showed up and started doing something. But in this movie, like it's like Benicio's the one leading his people, and like Chase saves herself and whatnot, and like Leo didn't do anything to help. He was just there trying to find his daughter, and I'm like that's so cool actually, because like what it's like not that anything Leo would have done would have made a difference to the entire story anyway, of like the cause. Like what, like Leo's just gonna show up at the riots, be like, "Hey, as a white person, I say stop this," and then they stopped it. That would have been so stupid.
The whites say no, and everyone clapped, and they were all really happy.
And racism was solved forever and always
Racism
because white
ended
people
as soon-
realized, what if we're not racist?
That would be an insane way to end the film. Right, but you're absolutely right. I think they take the archetype of kind of the hero. They take what was like John Wick or even Liam Neeson in Taken, where it's like this badass rebel, spy going to do anything to save his daughter, and they say no, he's going to do everything he can to save his daughter. That doesn't mean he's good at it.
I mean, he's smoking. He's wasted the whole time. You think he's gonna be good
Right?
at jumping across buildings?
He's crazy. It's so funny. It's actually hilarious how they depict it. But it doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
It's
And, like
so
the
much
humor
about how
doesn't
this
undercut the movie.
the humor doesn't. I love that. I think I'm gonna compare this to Marvel because that was how I grew up. I've only recently become a proper cinema nerd, but I think Marvel's had a problem with that, where they threw in a couple quips in some other things, and everyone, oh my gosh, I love the action and the comedy and stuff like that. And then nowadays you kind of have moments where it's like, are we just doing like bits and gags now during our epic fight scenes? Like what's the play here? It didn't feel very realistic, which is funny to ask for in a superhero movie, but the audience wants it. Like we want realism.
No, yeah, like those are the best superhero movies that people continue to like Spider-Verse is like very grounded. Like Infinity War is like normally very grounded. That's why it's still hailed as one of the best comic book movies. Is because, but then like after Infinity War, you start to get stuff like Thor Ragnarok is where it kind of began, where like they invented a lot of quips, and then people were like, oh yeah, I like that, and then like they just kept overdoing the quips. Like, but no, but you guys liked the quips. Like we liked them when they added to the story. We didn't like them for the sake of having them.
Yep. And that's something that I did not feel while watching this movie. It all the dialogue felt so natural and well thought out. Yeah. I agree.
Yes. Next topic, cinematography, because it's one of the things it's nominated for. We like the cinematography.
Okay. I have feelings about this. Because, like, we're going to go back, I'm going to combine cinematography and editing for a second. There were a couple moments where I felt the runtime. And namely, it was like the car chase. That is probably the biggest one. The near the end of like the phone call scene where he's trying to get the password and stuff. Not when he's at the payphone, but when he's in
In
Benicio's house. Right. There were moments where I went, okay. Next scene, like what's happening? Like what's happening here, right? But it serves a purpose. Editing serves a purpose, and it's either it can quicken things, it can slow things down. It's everything you don't see, right? And choosing to keep those really long scenes, really kind of dramatic pauses, I think serves the purpose of grounding the film, right? Because at no point in time do we go, oh, well, he gets the password, but it happens off camera and all this stuff. We see him fight for every inch. And it makes the film feel like it takes place in real time. Like, that's a huge thing. All of the cuts are, I wouldn't call them, because they're like jump cuts, but they make,
they're not showy.
They make sense. Yeah, they're not showy jump cuts, right?
Because like some movies were like here's a cool jump cut for you to love, and like this one just felt like, no, now we're cutting back. It's a little bit of a jump cut, but it's like to what feels like it's happening at the same time.
They cut away a lot when people sleep. Did you notice that? Right, when Leo gets broken out of the hospital and he's driving, they cut away to like do this other scene, and they come back when he wakes up, which is so smart because it's a character focused film. You will be watching them no matter what they're doing, even if it's not the most exciting thing, like the car scene. Even if he's just driving down a road for like an hour, right? We're gonna see that up and down and up and down. We're gonna watch that, right?
Yeah, I think what I love about the car scene is like, the car scene itself is not supposed to be like an interesting like, oh, like when is he gonna catch her? It's like supposed to be like, oh, like you just feel the tension of he's following you for a long time, but there's nothing you can do about it. So what do you do? And then at the end, it ends with like, oh crap, she made him crash into it. It wasn't like it's not like they're driving and they're shooting at each other, but like instead it's like someone's following you and you can't shake them, and that's a different form of tension that I don't feel like we're used to seeing, but I think was executed very well in this movie.
Mm-hmm. You're right. It's a different kind of tension. I really like that way that you phrased that. Because it's still tense. It's still dramatic and scary, but it's not the same, oh, the killer's right behind him kind of a scare. It's like
he's right behind me, isn't he?
He's right behind me, isn't he? Right? It's not that. It's not that at all. But it still feels intense where it's like, I'm being followed. What do I do? These are these, I can't break the laws of physics. I'm not going to suddenly have a Glock in my hand and be like, I'm going to kill you. Right? It's not that. It's not that at all. Right? The tension feels realistic. The whole movie is designed to feel people-focused and realistic. And that is so rare, I think, in film these days, right? But yeah.
Pretty chill. Let's see. So, real quick before we go on to what was nominated at the Oscars, do you feel like there were just any things that didn't entirely work, maybe other than a couple times you felt the runtime?
Yeah. That's a great question. Oh, yeah. So the PCR that they did, the paternity test, that's not how that works. That's not. For the viewers at home, I do biotech. And that is not how that works at all. Right? Like, they only used one buffer. They tried to do... He had 4 samples running. What? Why do you need that? That doesn't make any sense. Like they coded it and made it look all this, futuristic and high tech. No, that's not how that works, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Paul Thomas Anderson didn't consult a biotechnician before he wrote that scene.
I don't think he did, personally. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the lab techniques I use are totally outdated, but that...
Or maybe it's because Sean Penn's character was doing it and he had no idea what he was doing.
Maybe
Maybe it's a plot twist where he's not actually her father. He just did the biotech
He's
thing
just
entirely
bad at
wrong.
he's just bad at doing biology. And it's like, I mean, that took me out of the seat. But I'm a very niche audience member in that way. And it was my brief little crash out. But, I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Like, the whole movie made sense. And that's something I really, really liked, is that each of the decisions had a logic behind them. And even though I felt except the biotech one. Even though I felt the runtime at times, it made sense within the context of the film. And all we really want is for a film to make sense. It can be the most fantastical, most outlandish, physics-defying thing, but if it makes sense in a way, we'll be like, we'll buy the lie. We love to be captured in a world that feels real, and even if it's fantastic, if you have that logic, that foundation, we won't mind.
Yeah, no, that's what I love. It's like we go to movies to escape from reality, and but it still feels real to us, or else why would we want to escape from it?
Right. The stakes and the joys need to feel there in order to be enjoyable.
Because if they feel real to the characters, they'll feel real to the audience.
This guy, that guy.
That's the actor in me.
I know.
Right.
Can't. What is it? Catherine always says, "You can't take the audience on a journey that you are unwilling to go on yourself." She's literally a sensei.
She is. All right, moving on. So I don't know if you heard, but this movie did pretty well Oscar nominations.
What? What do you mean? Huh?
I know, it's crazy. It got 13 nominations.
Wow. Okay.
You didn't even... Wait, I want you to try to get... What nominations do you think it got? I want you to try to guess. I know you know a couple of them.
Nation. What are the Oscar nomination categories?
I'm
not Googling that. You said crazy. Best Picture, Directing, Leading Acting,
yes,
Writing, Technical, and Craft categories. I'm not reading the design. I'm not reading the Google page on this at all. No.
Okay. I'll just read off the ones it got. Here, I'll just go through them from like the below the line categories to the above the line, and we can talk about if we thought it was a good nomination or not.
Sure.
So let's start with editing. We feel like that was a good nomination.
Absolute cinema. Agreed.
Great.
Editing serves a purpose, and it made so much sense. I loved it. Yeah.
I actually feel like this is on track to win the Oscar for editing.
Really?
Really, it won the BAFTA and it won the ACE editing prize.
Score. That makes total sense.
Yeah, I know you've seen a couple of these other editing nominations. I want you to tell me, how does the editing in One Battle stack up against these? So you've got F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Do you think One Battle's the best in that lineup?
I've only seen Marty Supreme and Sinners.
Those are the ones in track to win. Actually, F1's in the conversation to win more than Marty Supreme, but...
Let me think. I liked the editing in Marty. I liked the editing in Sinners. I don't know if I would say that it has better editing than in One Battle, right? I think One Battle's editing is so crucial to its storytelling, while Sinners and Marty, like, it enhances it, but it wouldn't be... I don't know, if you changed some cuts or did other things in that way, it would still be a great film. It would still feel like the movie that we just saw. But One Battle's editing is so unbelievably fundamental to how the movie feels that I definitely hope it wins.
Yeah. All right, next. It was also nominated for Best Cinematography, baby. I think it is.
Okay.
Because I think we didn't touch on this, but the nighttime scenes, the way those are shot, are so gorgeous.
Beautiful scenes. Oh my goodness. Absolutely stunning.
It's all like lit so naturally, and you can still see the characters, but it still feels like it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the characters and it's night. Like, that's really hard to pull off, I feel like.
Who are the other nominees in that category?
So this is a stacked category. So we've got Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. It's a stacked category.
Ooh. I haven't seen all of Frankenstein, but I have seen clips, and I really love the aesthetic that it goes for. Like, it's each one of these are visually stunning pieces, right? They know their time. They know what they're shooting for. I just like the vibes of Frankenstein more personally, but yeah, that's such a tricky category to judge because I think they're all visually beautiful.
So if you were to pick your winner from the ones you've seen, which one would you choose? Would it be One Battle? Because we agree with the nomination, but which one would you have win?
What were the other ones again?
So Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
Cinematography. It might. Hey, you know what? The scene with the beginning scene of Marty Supreme might take the game. That horrified me. It's pretty interesting.
I remember seeing your reaction to that. You like looked at me like. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'd say it's either One Battle or Sinners is up there too. Sinners was visually stunning. I can't wait. Max is so excited to come on and talk too. Like,
Oh yeah, is he feeling better?
I think so. Hope so.
Yeah, so Sinners will be coming because the other Max feels better and he will be on to talk about it soon. But now moving on to another category, production design. It was nominated for production design. And this is really special because this is a very rare case where a contemporary production design was actually nominated. They normally don't go for something like that.
You're so right. Like, there's... This one, I don't know how I feel about that, you know, because the sets were awesome. Sets were absolutely gorgeous. But is that right? Hold on.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like Sensei's house is like a set.
Right. I don't know. The production design highlighted the, people. It's like these are real people houses. And there was like it visually told a story, but it's a very familiar story because it's set in the 21st century, right?
Yeah.
I've seen people's houses like that. I've seen people's houses like Leo's and Benicio's, and I've seen hospitals and everything. Like, it feels so familiar, right? Like, at no point in time did I go, wow, this is such a cool set. It just went, oh no, that's a place that I could be in. It's just a place, it's just a
place that I could be.
Right? Like, there was nothing too, I don't want to say special about it. Which feels
that's what
weird.
makes it special.
But that's what makes it special, right? It's that weird dichotomy where it's like, yeah, this is just a regular person's house. And it's like, whoa, it's just a regular guy's house.
Yeah, and it's nominated against Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. So it's a pretty good category. Although I do feel like
Sinners is good.
I do feel like though
that's tricky.
One Battle is the one where I would probably take out to make room for Fantastic Four: First Steps, because say what you want about the movie, the production design on display is incredible.
Like, I love an aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this to me, this feels like you just wanted to show love for One Battle. I didn't actually feel like this is the best production design of the year. As much as I love the movie, I just feel like you could have given the spot to something like Fantastic Four, which I'm like, the production design is what stands out.
Agreed. Or even Wicked for Good. Like, there's...
Wicked for Good got 0 nominations.
That feels weird. Especially in this category. Like, production design, that's...
Yeah. Like, One Battle wasn't nominated in makeup, but Wicked for Good was not there either.
It's
crazy.
That's wild.
It's crazy. It's so wild.
Yeah, I think I agree with your take that if this is probably the weakest category that it's in.
Yeah. Like, we didn't need this. Like, I like that it's here, but I don't need this as a one battle.
I'm flattered. I don't think it should win.
It's not going to. I think Frankenstein's probably going to, as it should. And then moving on, casting. It was nominated for casting. I love that.
Agreed. Oh my goodness, the casting was so on point.
It was like discovering Chase Infinity for one thing. Oh my gosh, how did you find this girl?
Banger after banger after banger, like all-star cast, fantastic performances. It's What are the other nominees?
The other nominees are, we've got Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners.
I really want them to show some love to Michael A. and Michael B. Jordan, you know? Like, they cast those twins perfectly.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if One Battle's is going to beat Sinners on that front, just because Michael A., but...
Michael A., dude, what a hidden gem. Oh my goodness. He came out of nowhere. It's almost like it's the same dude. It's really impressive.
I do feel like Sinners is probably going to win, and I would probably pick it over One Battle, but One Battle nomination, I love it. Love it.
I think Marty Supremos has a really good shot at it as well.
Does.
Each of the characters and
I would want it to
performances.
win. I just feel like Sinners is probably going to, which I love.
I think so too.
Marty, though.
Oh, which one's Hamnet? Hold on.
Hamlet's the one with like Shakespeare like creating Hamlet.
Hamnet.
You should watch it. It's really good. I just made an episode on it.
Emily
It's
Watson.
pretty good.
I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a gander. I need to watch Frankenstein and Hamnet then.
Yeah, you're actually doing better than Finn because Finn hasn't seen Sinners yet.
Finn hasn't seen Sinners? Hold on.
No,
what?
You gotta go yell at him after this.
I'm gonna take my boy and we're gonna go watch Sinners. That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright. Next category, sound.
Okay, this was an interesting one. Music design wise, it was so... I don't know how to feel about the music. I'll be so honest. Like,
No, this isn't the score. This is the sound design. It's like cars and the volume of the dialogue and things like that.
Okay. If I didn't notice it, it probably means that it's really good. You know? Like, if there wasn't anything that jumped out or I went, is that how that sounds? You know?
I do think like the car scene was very nice of like hearing the cars get a little bit louder as like they came closer to the camera in some scenes. Like they're louder when the camera's right next to it, or like unless the music was over it. I thought it was pretty good sound design. I think I'm happy with the nom? Do I think it needs to win? No. These are the noms. We got F1, Frankenstein, One Battle, Sinners, and Surat, which is a pretty cool nomination if you've seen the movie.
Sriracha? Hold on.
Sriracha. I hardly know you. It's called Surat. It's a movie from Spain. It's pretty cool.
Surat movie. A Spanish-French drama.
It's pretty dramatic, but it has cool sound design. That's the standout, so I'm glad it's here. But I think Sinners, it might not win because F1's probably going to win, but I think Sinners should probably win the category. True. One battle.
A car movie with bad sound design would be really, really funny to watch.
I'd love to. I'm sure they exist. They're just probably not popular. I'm sure they exist.
We got to get them in there, okay? I want to watch a car movie with bad sound design.
You will campaign the heck out of a movie.
So bad.
Okay, moving on though. Best original score. You think One Battle score?
All right, I want to hear your opinion before I go on my rant about music.
I love the score personally. I remember like the opening sequence of just like the piano score. I love it because like it's really clunky. It feels like a cat's walking on the piano, but it really matches Leo's energy of just like not knowing and being disoriented. I thought that was a really cool way to convey how he feels, and like a lot of the cooler moments, like it gets really dramatic when it needs to. It just really it matches what you see on screen, and I think that's what a score should try to do. And I really thought Johnny Greenwood did an incredible job with this one.
I agree with you, like 80%. Like
okay,
absolutely.
Let's hear the rant. Let's hear the rant.
There are scenes where the kind of like I sometimes there are scenes where the music does not feel fitting in any way whatsoever. The music tone doesn't feel like it changes at all throughout the film. It's either silence or like jazz, you know? And it's great. It's great when it works. It's great when it has that discordant kind of scary vibes. But there are like fight scenes or dramatic scenes where you'll have this like and it's like, huh? I would have preferred silence, which sounds bad. Like, it sounds so mean, but
I get that. That's a fair critique.
I would love to see this. I don't want to call it undynamic, but how it varied felt very similar, right? The vibe that it gave off didn't make it feel like individual songs. It just felt like a really, 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 really long jazz performance, which is great when it works. But there were a couple moments during the film where I felt like it didn't work, and they just went, we'll just throw the soundtrack in there, it'll be fine. You know, like
that's fair. No, yeah. I remember, though. It's probably not going to win, though, because Sinners is nominated, too. And
Sinners deserves this, dude. Sinners, so good. So incredibly good.
I mean, this is a strong year for score, because you got Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle, and Sinners. Marty Supreme was snubbed. Finn and I talked about that in the Marty Supreme episode.
Really?
It still hurts. It still hurts. It still hurts 3 episodes later.
I look back and all I see is his face.
I really miss him.
God, but I've forgotten.
But it's okay. No, yeah. I love the nomination, though. I'm happy Johnny Greenwood's getting nominated. Then, let's see. What's the next? Adapted screenplay. Need we say more about the nomination and probably eventual win?
I hope it wins. It's so well written.
Sinners is in the other screenplay category, so it's not even they're not even competing with each other in screenplay.
Good. This is maybe one of the best written shows that I've seen in a while. I hope it wins. I really do. It's such a good movie.
Next, the acting roles. We're finally here. So, Teyana Taylor for supporting actress. We feel yay or nay?
Teyana Taylor, interesting. I say yes, yay.
Yeah.
Her performance sets the tone of the film so well, and also it just does so much for the movie as a whole, right? Definitely a yay for me.
Wait, I'm curious. In the category, would you want it to win? Because she's nominated against the sea. I don't think you've seen Sentimental Value, right? So you wouldn't know Elle Fanning or Inga Ipsnarlis. Did you see Weapons?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Okay. It's pretty good. I think you'd love it. You should watch it. But no, Amy Madigan's pretty good in Weapons. But okay, so that means between Teyana Taylor and Wunmi Musaku for Sinners, she's Michael B. Jordan's wife, not Michael A. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's wife. Who would you want to win?
Sorry, they caught me off guard. Let me think. Oh, that's hard. That's really, really difficult.
I'm putting you on the spot for these. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I'm going to say Teyana Taylor. And
I'd say the same.
Here's why. I feel like her role, they are both equally as impactful in a film, right? Like, a movie without one or the other would not be the same movie. But, that being said, I think it goes to show how impactful, someone's performance can be, that they did it in such a short time versus what was pretty much the whole movie, right? Like, that to me was very, very impressive. So they both were phenomenal performances, and if either one of them wins, I will be totally okay.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the two or Amy Madigan, and I'd love any of them to win.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got 2 supporting actor nominations for Sean Penn and Benicio, baby.
Our boys
are there. The One Battle Boys. Taking up
boys.
2/5 of the category. I'm here for it. But which of the two do you think should win between Sean and Benicio? Because I know Benicio is your favorite character, but on the performance, not the character.
That's tricky. That's so... I gotta give it to Sean. Honestly. Because his performance makes that show. Right? And it's everything we said previously, right? He's both scary and silly at the same time, and he never crosses over too far into either side. And to me, that is such a remarkable performance to keep that level of threat, but also that kind of lightheartedness that isn't lighthearted at all. And it's
Not at all.
even though I like Benicio's character more, I'm gonna go with Sean Penn.
Can we talk about the best line that Sean Penn says? I believe that I was raped in reverse.
Seaman demon.
She saw my strength and won. His delivery is so perfect.
It's insane. Or his freakishly tight shirts. Like, he's just, the whole time. It is so funny. Oh my goodness.
Okay, now between Sean Penn and, let's see, you haven't seen Jacob Elordi or Stellan Skarsgård in Frankenstein or Sentimental Value, so between
Jacob
Sean Penn...
Elordi?
Yes. Between Sean Penn and Delroy Lindo from Sinners, who would you think should win?
Delroy.
You know, he's like the harmonica blues guy.
Delroy Lindo.
Who's like the mentor to the young kid.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. And who is the other nominee?
Yeah, Delroy versus Sean. Because you said you choose Sean over Benicio, but would you choose Delroy over Sean is what I'm asking.
No, I'd still pick Sean.
Yeah, me too. I think Sean's gonna win this category soon, so I'm here for it. All right, next. Next, best actor, Leonardo DiCaprio, baby. Let's go, Leo mania!
Let's go, Leo. Oh my goodness.
It was best comedic performance. Again, I love Wolf of Wall Street, but like just the phone call scene, guys. It's everything to me.
So funny.
I'm calling it a Greyhawk 10. It's just like I can't remember the.
He's so funny.
So funny. I don't think we have much to say of it. Okay, this is one of the most stacked years, actually. So, nominees. Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, Michael A. Jordan got snubbed, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. I know you haven't seen Ethan Hawke or Wagner, but I know you've seen Michael and Timothy.
Michael versus Tim versus Leo. Oh my goodness! What? That's crazy. That's
I won't make you pick between these ones if you don't want to. This is too hard.
I won't. Honestly, whoever wins, it's not that any of them I feel deserve it more than the others. It's just how they're feeling at it. It's straight up to chance at this point, right? If they pick names out of a hat, I would not be upset.
No, James. Even I'll also say you haven't seen these movies, but Ethan Hawke and Wagner Moore are also incredible. And if either of those two win too, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just pull a name out of a hat. You're fine. It's
one
fine.
Of the best actor lineups we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, best direction for Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm here for this.
I'm so here for
this.
That.
This man's never won an Oscar before. This could be his first one for. This is gonna be his first one for direction and screenplay if he wins.
I hope so.
Like, even if he loses direction by some weird reason, I mean, if he loses to Ryan Coogler for Sinners, I'd be chill. But if he loses screenplay and he wins no Oscars, I'll be like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Give this man. He's been working so long. Give him an Oscar.
Give this man an Oscar.
One of his best movies too. I feel like this is one of his best. I don't know if it's his best because this man's film lineup is stacked. Like There Will Be Blood, Punch Drunk Love, The Master, like Boogie Nights. But I think it's up there. So this would be a great win for him.
I agree. Yeah, good win for him.
Although, who would you choose for best director between Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners?
For best, wait, say again?
For director, would you choose Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, or Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme?
It's kind of a tie between.
You can pick names out of a hat again.
And it's kind of a tie between Paul Thomas. I really like Sinners. I don't want to make it seem like I didn't like Sinners. Max overhyped Sinners for me. I'll be so real with you. He made it sound like it was the greatest film ever, and it's spectacular. It's so good. I don't think it was my vampire movie. Does that make sense? Right?
That makes sense.
It's such a phenomenal film, but I mean, when compared to the likes of Twilight, I don't know if there's.
We have to have a Twilight episode one time.
Oh my goodness, can we please do a Twilight episode? I would lose my mind. Lose my mind. Yeah, it's either One Battle or Marty Supreme for me personally. Like I'm probably gonna give it to Marty Supreme. There was no moment watching Marty Supreme that I didn't go, this is such a good film. Like I love Marty Supreme.
Josh's directing is incredible. All right, final category, Best Picture. I love this. Do you think so between this Marty Supreme and Sinners, I don't think you haven't seen any of the other ones, right? No, you haven't. We've mentioned them in other categories. You haven't.
Yeah.
So just between Marty, Sinners, and One Battle, which one would you choose to win Best Picture?
It's like picking a favorite kid. Like, I don't have one. Apparently, I've been told it's a pretty hard decision, but I think that's quitter talk. Let's think.
So you don't even have to answer this of which one is your favorite, but which one do you think should win for which one do you think will be a great winner for the category? Because it could be Oppenheimer might not have been your favorite movie of 2023, but you thought it would be the Best Picture winner, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because Finn said Marty Supreme was his favorite, but he would pick One Battle to win Best Picture. Do you feel that kind of sentiment for one of the movies?
I think I agree with Phil on that. And I think, yeah, honestly, One Battle, especially in the times that we live in, I think One Battle is a pretty important movie. It's a very, very well done, very well thought out film. I enjoyed Marty Supreme more simply for the shock factor and just how insane and fun that film is.
There was plenty of shock factor in One Battle after another. What are you talking about?
Oh, agreed. Totally agreed. But
the moment where Sean Penn gets shot. And then he comes back.
I think I got to give it to One Battle, for sure.
Yeah. I also give it to One Battle, and this is a continuing trend where I've been slowly drip-feeding my ranking of the Best Picture nominees. One Battle, it's number one. It's my favorite movie of the year. I love it so much. So far on the list, One Battle's number one, and then Marty Supreme's number 3, Hamnet's number 2, and Train Dreams is number 6. So stay tuned for the rest of the ranking. I feel like that was kind of obvious, though, the way I've been talking about One Battle and a lot of the other episodes. I feel like, and most people who know me probably knew that was my favorite. So I don't feel like that's a big surprise to anyone. So I don't feel bad about giving that away now. But no, I love One Battle. But then, before we leave, any snubs that we feel like One Battle got? Because I don't know if you noticed, Chase Infinity was not nominated for lead actress.
Yeah, what? That's weird.
Yeah. I will read the category. So these are the people who beat her out. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Renata Reinsfuss for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia.
I haven't seen any of those films. I don't know if I can confidently make a judgment regarding Best Actress. I think her performance was spectacular, though. So while I probably need to go and see the other movies and see if I really think she was snubbed, but I don't know, her performance is great. It's so hard to pick who I think should win because they're all so good for such different reasons.
They did a good job this year. The Oscars actually did a good job. Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of them.
They grow up so fast. Baby's first Oscar.
They didn't nominate a movie like Amelia Perez this year.
What do you mean? It's the best film of all time. What do you mean?
I'm sorry. I know. I forgot that's your favorite movie.
Yeah, you know what? My opinion.
I know you were so mad when Everything Everywhere won, but Amelia Perez lost. Isn't that the worst?
Oh my goodness! Don't even joke about it. Everything Everywhere All at Once is my favorite film of all time.
I know. That's why I made the joke.
Oh, so good.
Okay. So one more thing. So overall thoughts on One Battle?
Kind of sad the white guy didn't save the day, but you know.
As a white man, that was offensive.
The white guy was so upset about it, you know? What's with all this DEI bullcrap? Let's think. It was maybe one of the best produced and well thought out films I've seen in a long time, right? It hits all of those notes that you needed to, and it tells an emotionally complex story, but it's fun and scary and intense in all the right places. And I don't know if there's anything else I should add. Like I feel like we've said it all, right? There's so much more.
I'll just say that I feel like this film somehow came at the perfect time, and I'm forever grateful for that, because it's given us like a mirror to look in and be like, what can we do to help us right now? Because it doesn't tell us what to do. It's giving us like, this is what's going on. What battle are you going to fight to try to help it?
It's an interesting thought, right? It is a period piece of now, of right here, right now. And it's like, it does a fantastic job holding up that mirror, like you said. I absolutely agree.
Yeah. So let's go fight one battle after another.
No. Wow, we're fantastic.
We're so
Say
fantastic.
that again.
Well, anyways, that's gonna be wrapping up this episode. Thanks so much to Max. We love having you here.
Thank you so much for having me on here. This was so fun. Oh my goodness.
This is what I do every time before we head out. What is a film hot take that you have?
A film hot take that I have.
The world needs to know.
The world does need to know. I don't know if this is a hot take for filmies, but I think it might be a hot take for the masses. If you can't sit through a film like all the way through without looking at your phone, you need help, bro. You need so much help. Like you're so good. I'm so sorry. Save the movie theaters.
I do love that, but no, I mean, like, between a movie's quality, what do you think? Like, a movie you think is underrated or is overrated or is better than the other? That's what we're kind of looking for here.
Okay. Like a real hot take.
Like a real hot take. We're going to try to get
drama.
You canceled online.
We're trying to stir up some drama.
Yes, we are.
Oh, this is devious.
Say it.
I think.
So what was that?
Harry Potter 4 is definitely on my top 3 movies of all time list.
Whoa!
The 4th Harry Potter movie is definitely on there.
Oh, that's what we were looking for. Thank you so much for sharing, Max.
Happy to. Don't bomb my house or anything. I'm quite attached.
I won't, but the audience, it's up to them. Well, anyways, thanks again, Max, for being here. And thank you guys for watching. And this is the Inglorious Film Nerd. We signing out.
Peace out, bros. Toodle.